boys. I bought 120, selling 140 here.
Well, I am ready to flip. I'm ready to be wrong in the name of making money.
Coming out of some more spy puts.
Netflix, if they don't save this here, has floosh potential here. Hardcore. Burn. Fucking burn. We'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Have a good day, everybody.
We'll catch you guys in there. Peace out.
Morning, everybody.
Morning. How you doing, Jay?
Oh, look at Jules says hello to you.
Look at me. What?
Jules gave you a bark.
Oh, Jules gave me a bark. What's happening, Jules?
She sent her regards.
What's cracking?
So what's shaking?
I guess you and I are live to the general public today.
Oh, we're open to the public. Is this a random thing these days? Like, I don't.
You know
every morning it's like I roll the
man
dice
behind the curtain, like in the Wizard of Oz, and he's
interesting.
Today he decided we're live, man. We're live.
Okay.
So he's looking at Bitcoin this morning.
Lucci's looking at Bitcoin.
Yeah, he's looking at. Yeah. Let's see.
Well, Bitcoin. We were talking about it yesterday, right? It's got a tendency to do these fake breakouts and breakdowns, right? And yesterday kind of got people giddy on a breakout. We weren't really seeing the aggressive sweeper activity in some of these Bitcoin proxy names we usually see. So it was tough to envision that it was ready to break out based off what we look at anyway. I still think if you're bullish Bitcoin, you want to see a breakdown and get everybody on the wrong side of the ship and then rip their ass to the upside. You still got a shot at it because it's still in that consolidation. Like many of the hot stuff we've been talking about, from semis to parts of hot tech and stuff like that. Again, healthy consolidation after a big run. So
yeah. I agree. And there's been a lot of consolidation on a lot of things at or near their highs, and I think it's giving some traders some serious agita. And it's
we talked about that. Didn't we talk about that? I mean,
normal.
We were entering a period where if you chased up days in a lot of these things that went parabolic, you're likely going to pull your hair out of your head. And at the same time, it's frustrating bears too, hoping that these things would roll over and crash because they've come too far. And it's doing neither of the two.
Yeah, I think we'll probably see some more of this until tomorrow and Thursday, right? You get some economic numbers that get shot out, but today, I don't know, maybe we get more of the same as we did yesterday, which was really just kind of a lackluster range bound day.
Possibly. Well, a couple things I'm looking at though, which is really interesting. We have the CPI tomorrow, and I wrote a little bit of a note last night just to give everybody a heads up. They've had a tendency to front run the upside in the CPI. So you got a lot of bulls out there that are expecting a soft number from the CPI, thinking it was a seasonal thing. They think it's going to be a favorable number regardless. And what you'll get is that clearing event unwind, which will lead to a squeeze. Now, when you get enough bulls talking about that, the market, right, usually front runs all of that. And the day before, you get a pretty healthy squeeze, a pretty healthy rip ahead of that CPI. And then what you'll see overnight, maybe some back and fill overnight ahead of the number, pre-market and while we're asleep. But something to keep an eye on today. Keep an eye on the VIX. If you see some aggressive selling ahead here, also short-dated sweepers. But what I'm finding really interesting is as, again, we talk about and everybody is more occupied with the digestion and some of the hot stuff, you got some real excitement in a lot of the cyclical metals and mining stuff out there, right? We've been talking about it for a couple of weeks now. This morning and overnight, you got BOVA gassing people up, FCX, they upgraded. That is gapping up again. So
Newmont
has been, the gold miners. They released a couple of their top picks. Freeport, and Tech, TECK, another name we spoke about, in the copper arena. In gold miners, I think they mentioned AEM and our Puff Puff Pass, PAAS.
Hmm.
So I posted the note you guys can take a look at in the Steam room. A couple of the highlights I posted on my regular Twitter. But point being is that you're seeing a lot of the excitement that we were seeing in semis and a lot of this AI mega cap tech land in other places now, which makes sense, right? So something to continue to keep an eye on. And while semis are digesting, you have other stuff like Underbelly AI that is up big, but continues to perform. A name like APP made new highs again yesterday. A lot of these industrial names that are tied to the infrastructure and electrical components of AI. Um, Upgraded this morning was DLR, a name we talked about. That's that data center replay that had a little digestion recently. So that's capping up. So again, this AI excitement has spread into plenty of other areas while everybody continues to just stare at NVIDIA.
Which, by the way, is going to make a DeMark Niner today, right?
Is it really? Wow.
I thought so. And
That
it,
was
I mean,
quiet,
from a
man.
just from a technical standpoint, this looks like, okay, hey, you're at the bottom of a range, and if it does this some more today and tomorrow's a good number, you could get a nice rip out of NVIDIA.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
and
nice
again,
rip.
the same thing, you could get a rip in Nvidia and still nothing may change big picture wise in the whole
Right.
sector. You could get a big rip out of semis, and then
Yeah.
day two after that it comes back and fills again. I think again, if you want to play these names right now through this digestive phase, you have to look to buy, like you're pointing out, lower in the range, off pullbacks, and sell the rips that come. Otherwise, you will continue to pull your hair out if this consolidation continues.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. With that said, what are you buying this morning, Jay?
Well, a lot of the stuff I've been playing is gapping up here, which I don't like. So that kind of puts me on hold here. You guys, well aware of the gold miners, stuff like that. I'm holding on to,
Yep.
so I'm cheering that on. But if we get some sort of fade intraday on the indexes, maybe I'll look to grab onto something if we start to see that uptick in sweeper activity and VIX unwind late morning, maybe post 10:30 as things quiet down. Playing that front run type thing I explained a little bit earlier. But
Got
other
you.
than that, nothing too special. The stuff I've been looking at recently is all up higher here. I don't really want to chase.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, clearly that makes sense, right?
Yep.
That Newmont, I snagged some of those calls with that Newmont buyer. When was it? Was it Friday or Thursday?
Thursday, Friday, yeah, late last
I
week.
kind of forgot about them. So I mean, they're so slow to move, and it's so unexciting.
And I think that's why, a lot of the younger traders, right, who have been experiencing this AI theme, especially via options, which is a big difference in this bull run. They kind of bored by all this stuff, this
Yeah.
rotation.
No, I get it. It's when you and I were back in the day, when you and I used to walk, both ways uphill in the snow barefoot to the brokerage office back in the day. If you had moves like you had today, you wouldn't believe it, right?
Yeah.
Like some of these moves remind me of those, earlier days where you picked up the paper looking for, did this move a quarter of a point or a 16th of a point? Like, I'm like, is this shit ever
Yeah.
going to go
And you know what
anywhere?
I think it is too, Ranchero? Again, we had this discussion. I think our options are playing a big part in that, right? I
Yeah.
mean, you got retail all over NVIDIA SMCI calls. They're not all over Newmont mining calls. You're
Yeah, for
just
sure.
not seeing that type of action. So
Yeah.
you got dealers who need to hedge that option flow as it comes in aggressively,
Yep.
and you just don't get it in a lot of these other places. So they're slower moves.
I concur. What am I looking for here? I'm setting up these GEX levels are really good guideline set. these guys
Yeah,
came up
especially
with.
I would think in digestive phases too, right?
Yeah,
Especially.
for sure. Because you don't want to get caught holding the bag at an area where they can just hose you. So it's just a
Yeah, no,
really
definitely
good
not.
management tool. All right, let's
Clear my
finish
cache
updating
here before I forget.
those. Let's get over to the SPX. Get a read.
Don't forget to clear the cache.
I did that this morning.
Yeah, there you go. See,
I've got
do
I
that
don't know
every
what
day.
the hell my friend's problem is. He's awake at freaking 3:30 in the morning sending out texts, and I'm like, what the fuck?
But what was he trading the market?
No,
That he
just
took
like
the
random
name?
shit. No, just random
Oh,
shit. I'm like, um, we have a partner in the Hawaii property,
yeah.
and he just like he's a good friend, business partner, and randomly he'd just like send shit out. I'm like, dude, go to sleep,
Maybe he's
knock it
tweaking.
off.
Maybe he's doing the fun stuff.
Well,
Late hour.
he woke my ass up. I'm just like, I
Yeah.
can't go back to sleep now.
I'd love to have that type of energy again. Tell you that
Ugh.
much.
What did we see put sellers in recently?
There's been a lot of smaller put sellers all over the place, but some of the more recent size put selling has come in a lot of these less liquid type names, these big power plays and stuff like that. I'm trying to think in any tech, did we see any
Well,
recent put
we saw
selling?
Soxel put sellers, but I don't remember for how
Stoxel, that was
far.
last week, yeah.
Yeah, it was last
Short
week.
dated
Yeah.
put sellers. Hold on. Let me see here. Yesterday, I think it was a couple of commodity names, but let me double check because I think I tweeted. That's why I like to post to Twitter some stuff too. It just reminds me of shit I forget. I have a tendency to forget a lot these days. Hold on. A couple of energy names we've been seeing put selling in. They still remain hot. That whole commodity trade is. I saw McElliott is actually mentioned gold in his latest piece too. Uh, you know what it is? It's again that narrative that's out there right now is that inflation is going to remain sticky. The country still has debt out to the wazoo,
Hmm.
and they don't seem to give a shit. And I think that's why you're seeing this demand for gold bucking the trend. I might say gold is not supposed to be doing what it's doing right now. It's diverging from a lot of things that we usually see it diverge from,
See, I knew I
rates
had
and
like
stuff
some
like that.
spidey sense on this. Like I was like, something's not right with this.
But I think you're seeing it now because, again, I think just there's more concern. You got central banks gobbling up gold at
Mm,
a ridiculous pace.
hmm.
So people are starting to are starting to worry about things they really wouldn't give too much thought to. And you have this demand out there for it. Let's see what else. Let me see the put selling. Yeah, we saw like put selling in which is like a Chinese. I think it's a hotel name with a heavy short position. But we've been seeing put selling there. We've been seeing put selling in that that GL stock that's on fire.
Ugh.
There's been a bull flow in that thing for over a year now, nonstop. Um, what else? I don't think
Looking
any
at
of the big names.
some of these Gex levels, the SPY is indicated to open over a 1 sigma up, and then 2 sigma up plus a Gex flip it lives at like 521.60, so 521.58. If that area gets tagged in front of the news, that might not be a bad area to look for a short on SPY. Guys are having trouble in the stream. All right, they're working on it. Stream sucks again. Okay, guys. I don't know if the Norse is like, he's like, stop it. Yeah, maybe try. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys.
What
Norse
is
has
it? When
got you.
we open it up to the public, they have issues, or I don't know.
I don't know.
Hit the bell.
All right, here we are. We're open. And initially, there's just a little bit of.
You know what? I forgot we're open to the
Fade.
public.
Let's see what we're doing here on the Amazon. And the Marvell, same. Looks very much like it did yesterday. Looks like a carbon copy.
You got a nice initial pop in the gold miners nugget up another $2 here. Let me open this up here so the flow people can see. Okay, there we go. If I knew we were open to Gen Pop, I would have had different screens up here, but I had no idea. Hold on. There we go.
All right, guys, call them out. What is MAXN?
I don't know, but cheap stock.
Trash. $1.50. They're buying the stock's trading at $2.40 and they're buying $1.50 puts. Like
They're going for the kill.
That is trash.
Oh, look at the stock today. What it's doing.
It is trash. Yeah, ARM is having a nice little move here this morning.
Yeah, ARM.
That's
what's
on
his
that
face on
Google
CNBC
News, right?
was gassing it up.
Yeah, it's on that Google News. Let's see how long that lasts. You might get anytime you get these gaps, I'm always suspicious of, are we going to just get a fade, especially in front of a number?
I hate
it always
the gaps.
makes me.
You know, Lucci's pretty good at trading these gap and goes. I hate him.
Yeah, but how many times you don't get gap and go?
No, that's what I'm saying. You got to be able to find the ones that go. I'm not too good at that.
Took ARM 135, call at 275 off the open, out $1. Nice trade, Alexa. Let's look at our little buddy AMD here. Not doing anything. What's NVIDIA doing? Nothing.
For VMAR, Vision Marine, they've reached a new milestone achieved in meeting future evolving HV electric boating industry standards.
Marvell seeing a little bit just to the top of the range. Going to be difficult for it to get through. I thought they'd front run this thing into that
me
event.
too. Me too.
Maybe, I'm gonna be stuck on an airplane while they are talking.
During the event.
I'm wondering if I'll just lotto my way through it. We'll see.
Exactly. Maybe you get off the plane to a nice surprise.
I'll have to pay for the internet on the plane.
Yeah.
Tesla, some early calls. Meh. What are they looking for? 172.5. That might not work out. We'll see. SPY is early, just hanging out. Kelly's going to fade this rally.
This was the name we saw put selling in NEE, Nancy Elliott, one of those power plays.
We are the knights that say knee.
You got a little call activity there this morning.
Mint extra energy.
The last couple of weeks, we've been seeing the one bearish thing, not even bearish thing, but I guess disappointing thing you could say. There's been a drought on new names. We've seen that rush into Commodities, that was a couple weeks ago now, and we've continued to see flow. But as far as new ideas, there hasn't really been much of it. We're going into earnings season now, so I doubt we're going to see a whole lot of it for a couple of weeks till we get through the heart.
Nice trade, Kelly. Very nice. I think you guys just got to, on these, if you're shorting, to Kelly's point here, like in front of the number tomorrow, you might want to consider trimming your positions. You just don't know. If you want to take a long shot on something, fine. You might get like on Nvidia. I mean, maybe you get down to this 858 level. I'd be on my toes at that point. Looking for fuckery. AMD bulls. Yeah, there's our first positive sign on the semis. That's a big sweep. 517 170s for 1.6 million. Is that clean?
Yeah, it does cover earnings though, so you're going to see a lot of that.
Okay. Still, if they keep flooding in with those,
yeah, then you can play off the momentum, no doubt.
Yeah.
Good point.
How's FCX looking? Rippity rip. Freeport. That does. You don't say those two things together often.
No.
NEM is looking okay.
That Southern Copper, man, was the play. That was the one.
Yeah,
because it doesn't catch that type of action.
I know. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's not easy. These names,
couldn't do it.
because you think you're gonna have to be patient. You're not gonna, you don't think a rip like this is coming.
Ooh, that's a nice strong move on Google. 2 sigma.
Google
up.
had some news, right?
Yeah,
Gemini news and shit.
Yep. Yeah, Madden Cap's calling out the Niner on Nvidia on the daily. That's why I would say be careful shorting it, and that I like that Kelly covered his position there.
I wonder if they're rolling these FCX at this point. Let me see. They probably are. No, I don't see any closing activity there yet. June 60s just got swept. You have earnings coming up there too. So
There's
keep
a
that in mind.
Google call right there on the Goog. April 26th.
When do they report? They're one of the first ones, right? The early ones?
They report on April 23rd.
And you have an event, a Google event this week, isn't it?
Is there? I don't know if
Or
there's
it
an
happened already. Yeah, I'm telling you, this Google event. Cloud conference or some shit like that.
I'm not asking. I'm telling you.
Oh, you're telling me what? When is it?
That's what you just said.
Oh. Speaking of Southern Copper, there's another bull bet. September 150s. Wow. That's what they're playing here now?
Wow, wow, wee, wow. 921.50. Amazon with a little pullback here. Let's see if they come in to buy this again. Oops. Marfell hanging around at the top of this little range. What's our buddy Costco doing? Hanging around. Netflix sloughing off a little bit right to the 8. If you like Netflix and you are a tape reader, this is a good spot to keep an eye on Netflix to see if you can catch it for a scalp. Is Apple sucking? Let's see. Woo! Good rip. As Apple's up to the 8s EMA, and that put support is at 170, so that could be a trigger spot. I would be more tempted to short Apple from this spot than I would be to get long, because it is currently in a downtrend and it is about to have serious problems technically if it can't hold up here. Let's check on MSTR. All right, Marvell, let's see if you can trigger.
Ronchero's favorite stock, Baba. You got a leap buyer.
Why do you torture me? Credit cards are weak, so Visa, let's take a look. Oh, yeah.
Oops.
I mean, Visa's had an amazing run.
Oh, yeah.
Where's that thing at from a Fibonacci?
Fibonacci.
Is it Fibonacci? Yeah, you're at a 0.78. I mean, 50% retrace is 259. I don't know that you're going to get that. I think that these things are just taking a little breather before they continue. We'll see. When do these guys report? April 23rd. Yeah, I don't yeah, so Lucci's saying he's selling half of his Amazon swing, rolling to May. April's not enough time. You're losing preems. I understand. I get it. Also, a consideration for writing preem and collecting it when, because this pattern, at least right now on Amazon, is open it higher, fade. So if you're a writer, if you're already long a swing on Amazon and you want to write against it, that strategy for right now is working. There's some Dell bulls.
Yep, you got some Tesla weekly bulls.
Ah, Palo Alto Networks. That's such a piker sweep. How does that make the fucking scan? 12. I mean, come on. That's like some teenager with a paper route that freaking is like, fuck it, I'm just going to throw. And there's another one for $9,100. Stop it.
Pelosi's little cousin. Little nephew. Tesla Weekly.
Microsoft calls. Say it again, Jay. What?
Tesla Weekly is pretty active.
They're weeklies. Yeah, okay. Well, I would look for areas to short.
There you go.
Oof, Kelly's going big. 100,000 shares of S Dow for Kelly.
EQT in
That is the
Sweden,
Ultra
Firebase
Pro
program
short
from Q3.
Dow 30.
Shorting the Dow.
I could go back to
He's
that landscape.
shorting the S Dow, the Ultra Pro short Dow 30,
Oh,
which is
so he's bullish now. Then.
SDOW.
So then he's bullish. He's
No.
bullish.
He's saying that. So he's saying this is going to go up, right? He's
Oh,
100,000
buying
shares
it.
of S Dow, right? So he's
Gotcha.
shorting. He thinks generally that we're coming in, right? That's
I'm confused
short.
and I lost interest. I'm not gonna lie. Whatever.
Oh my god. Okay.
PAA, really untalked about group, part of energy that's been on fire. Peter Apple. Another name they've been playing there is PAGP, Peter Apple Girl Peter. And another one a lot slower, ET, Elliot Tom.
Soxal Bulls. Small. Make these little guys go away.
A little more of those Tesla 175 weeklies. Oh, these are monthlies? I don't know what I just posted, but these are monthlies, Tesla. April 10th. This is a casino, I think, right, Pally? Yeah. Let me see. When do they report? May 9th. You got an unusual bull bet. I think it's the casino. Bally's, BALY. April monthlies. These casinos have been one impossible trade.
Which one is?
The casinos in general.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, I think Wynn has been murdering traders.
Yeah, and that's been acting better, believe it or not, than it has.
Kelly's pressing his short. Let's look at the, oh, I see what you're seeing. It's just ugly. It's just crap. It's crap. Smitty's got some Oracle going. Oh, that doesn't look good. Smitty, are you shorting this thing? Let's look at the Broadcom. That's coming in a little, so gap and fade. Kind of a repeat of yesterday, huh, Jay?
Yeah, definitely.
It's just not the action I'm looking for. Illumina price target maintained with a 253 by RBC. Oh, and yesterday it cut. This is the kind of shit that makes me dislike these people to an unusual level.
Like
yesterday,
who are you talking about?
Yesterday, RBC cuts the price target on Illumina to 253 and they punish the stock. Today, the price target, they come out with price target maintained with a $253 a share by RBC Capital and the stock pops up. That's the kind of shit that pisses me off.
That's funny stuff.
Part of the game. All right. Well, I thought I was going to get something juicy there. That's a nothing burger. Lulu, you got traded yesterday, right? And we had some call buyers on it. That thing is not being kind to those call buyers. They're just grinding their premium. Oh, this Ulta didn't really fill the gap yet. Okay.
Regulators are set to reject the deal around the end of April.
ES up, SPY and Q's down. Tesla 175.85. Now it's testing that resistance area. So if you get more pop, maybe you get to 178.05. Let's just put an alert there. Google is still strong. It's a good move today. Arm, pop, and fade. There's just so many sucker moves out here. Avgo burning off. SMCI. I mean, there's just nothing of interest for me right now.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff I'm interested in is in all green. I'm not chasing green. So that's the problem for me right now. Maybe we'll get lucky and find a new name later on. A couple of Chinese names, seeing a little bit of buying. There's a Beke, Beke. Seeing a little flow. Usually sees action around this time, earnings season 2. October 12s. They don't report to May.
King Oliver saying, "Who trusts analyst recommendations? They are a joke." That's my point. That is my point. Nobody trusts them. I certainly do not. They can fuck up a good trade, though.
Well,
I can tell you that.
it's not a matter of trusting them. Some of the more reputable ones move markets.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yep.
So whether you believe them or not, you're gonna.
Yeah. Exactly. That's not the point. The point is, what do they? Can they?
Yeah.
Can they help or fuck up something that you're in? Usually, it's they fuck it up.
Usually they have things up. Tesla a little more. The only thing with a little appetite out there from specs is Tesla weeklies. I wouldn't say anything too crazy, but the only thing with anything resembling an appetite. You got coin catching a weekly sweep here.
Oh yeah. Interesting. What'd they hit? Oh, that's not bad. Lucci, where you at? You see that? That coin? Not a bad spot either on the daily. So what are they looking at? 245s and 247 and a halves. Let's take a look at those. Oh, those are pretty spendy, those coin sweeps.
What do you mean? Premium wise, you're talking?
Yeah. I mean, the 245s are 930 by 980, and the 47 and halves are 780 by 845. Like that's. Seems like an overly inflated valuation of the premium. Because if you're wrong, bye-bye. Those things will be trading at $1 if they get it wrong.
Look what they did to that arm to Chase's
I know.
there.
Yep.
People are going to be bold by the time this digestive phase is over.
What's wrong with being bald, dude? You're profiling.
Oh, I forgot.
there any news on Palo Alto Networks? Let's see. They're trying to say it's moving off of the Google News? I don't think so.
Oh man, you got another nice sweep in that LMT for July. They report any day now. That's into a pullback there. July 500s. They report on, I think soon, the 23rd.
What the hell do I have? The 475s. I have the July 475s. What are they
Oh,
buying?
you're in July too?
Yeah. Well, you remember the guy that came in and swept 2 million?
Yeah. I didn't realize that was July too. I knew
Yeah.
it was.
Yes. So April 23rd, they report.
Yeah, the 23rd.
And I mean, these guys, we have no idea what these guys are working on. They're working on some kind of fucking death ray, right?
Oh, forget it. Yeah.
Some kind of fucking laser that'll shoot ICBMs down 10 seconds after they launch, right? Who knows?
The end of the world is near.
Right? Nice work, Kelly, on the NVIDIA. Lucci calling out Tesla. Yeah, they're getting after it right now. Brahma Bull with an REM shout out there. Yeah, but Lucci, you don't forget tomorrow and Thursday are probably the days, right? Regardless of direction. But I think I agree with you, Jay, that
What?
that we're likely to see them take the lid off of the shit on Wednesday and Thursday.
Well, yeah, especially if those numbers come in the way they hope they do.
Yeah. Oh, Lucci, you talking about the call wall on Tesla? Let's take a look. Show me the X-ray.
You got a repeat sweep in GNRC, a name they've been buying over the past week.
Generac.
They're playing here August 175s, mostly with time. I think September out to November, a couple of the sweeps.
Upside alert on Tesla. So it's that 178.06. So if this tape continues to look strong.
To the trading session, we're looking at a Dow that is now negative by about 50 points. The S&P is up 5. It is relatively light in terms of the macro calendar today with no Fed speak or major data, but we would note that there are 3 Treasury announcement and a 6-week bill auction and 3-year note auction on the docket through 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah, call wall on Tesla got moved up to 180.
At 3.374%, the 2-year is sitting just above 4.47%.
Yeah, so Lucci's calling out strongest hands down Google and Tesla. If you can get a dip on Tesla, might be interesting, and keep an eye on coin for a bounce. Let's see if there's a headline on Tesla. All right, guys. So I am Jay. I'm going to move over to the live trading for the master course students so that we can go over the trading, the post strategy, and what we're doing over there. So
Okay.
those of you who are in there, I'm going to migrate over there, and we'll see you over in that channel.
Okie doke.
All right. Later.
Citigroup looks like just some earnings flow there. They report on the 12th, Friday.
April TIPP economic optimism 43.2 versus 43.5 prior.
The anti-VIX, a little bit of a breather here. Yesterday was elevating slowly throughout the day with the VIX selling we were seeing. VIX sellers quiet to start today. Not a whole lot of pace out there again today so far. I don't know if this is any clean, but you got a repeat bet in spot. Hit the top bet list a week or two ago. Caught some news after that. June 310s. You got a little pull there today. But a nice rip over the past week. Got about 1,900 of those spot 310s in open interest. So you got check OI changes to confirm these.
Comment from the Iranian Revolutionary Guard commander, just reiterating that they indicated they believe they can close the Strait of Hormuz. We've heard similar rhetoric from them in the past. Just reiterating that.
Those spreads, what are they? September 21, 26. Looks like call spreads. DBRG. That's one of those data center REIT plays. You got a call spread there. David, boy, Robert, girl. I own the DLR, the other one. But this one looks pretty good too. This one's a bit slower of a mover, DBRG. Why does this keep happening here? God damn it. Mara, a little weekly activity in Mara, MARA. Looks like you got some repeat put selling in that EH I spoke about early morning. We've been seeing a decent amount of it. Elliott Harry, heavily shorted China issue. And they're selling Jan 15 puts again. A couple of spec gold miners, some repeat activity, FSM, Frank Sam Mary, and KGC, Kevin Girl Charlie.
The auto industry U.S. appeals court upholding a Biden administration decision to allow California to establish tailpipe emissions rules.
That MUX, that's another miner. Mary, Utah X-Ray. Some more repeat play there. Freeport again could roll, but some more action coming in. June 55s. BTG, that's that spec miner I own. Boy, Tom, girl, some more flow. Again, a lot of the same names we've seen tattooed over the past couple of weeks in the metals. Only newish name out there is that Generac GNRC, a week old. Yeah, looks like you got some decent sized position adjusting in NVIDIA going on. A lot of stuff been hitting bid in NVIDIA. Some more MARA spec activity. Got a little bit of Momo and Mara off the action. Just no pace at all out there. Hey, Jules, go back to sleep. These regional banks, we've been seeing a little rotation. They report, so you probably got short hedging and a whole bunch of stuff going on there. But VLY, Victor Larry Yellow, call is active there. April 8th. A little bit of a bid in vol this morning. A little bit.
UK DMO saying they'll sell 1.5 billion sterling of 2033, 0.75% gilt on April 16th.